It's Monday, so we're now 1 week into the pilgrimage, and we've had a lot of bad weather, so it's been quite tough this week. Oh, I'm sat by a river, and a robin has just landed on the branch right in front of me on the tree that's hanging over the river. He's a really beautiful fat robin. Hello, my granddad. My granddad is the robin. Nice to see you, granddad. Morning. Oh, that was a treat. Um, yeah, so it's been a tough week in terms of weather, but we've had some lovely hosts put us up already. So we stayed with a friend of Dan's, who was a lovely family, and they had kittens, and we had food with them, and it was just really lovely. It was so lovely and nice to meet them. And then the next night we stayed with a friend of Francesca's, and he fed us, and he had a sauna and this beautiful spa fed, spring water fed pond, natural pond, and yeah, absolutely stunning place. And it was really nice to meet him. He's a really interesting artist. And then last night we bumped into a friend of mine as we were walking along the road. He bibbed us in his car, a friend from Kentwell. He knows Dill as well. And we weren't able to stay with him because he'd literally just moved into his mother-in-law's because he's having a baby. And so there was 3 of them in this house, and he'd literally just moved in. And but we stopped and had a coffee with them and hung out, and it was really nice to see him. So that was just mad coincidence. And that's the Pisces full moon, which is what was last night, is all about coincidences and magic and synchronicity in the inner world. So yeah, it was wonderful. What's your intention?
Well, I was just going to feed off of that really and just say that it feels like this is like a more positive approach and that we're doing something to sort of build community. Everything at the moment feels like boycotting this and protesting for that. And this in other ways can be a bit more effective because people actually want to talk to us. They're not scared. Well, some of them are a bit scared.
Yeah, more people are scared this time than they've been previously.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like difference feels more scary at the moment. People are weirded out by things a bit more. It feels like that's my kind of general gist of feeling. And I think what you just said is totally right. It's listening. Listening is key all the time. And it feels like a revolutionary act to listen at the moment in the world we're in. And also magic. And that could be as wah-wah as you want that to be. Like, we're walking an energy line, which I once was downloaded from to me, telling me that it was a more like direct access to communicating with the earth. So it was almost like a better signal with the earth if you're on an energy line. And we're sending this out across Albion, along the horizontal axis of Albion, and we'll be going to Dragon Hill where it intersects with the spine of Albion. So we'll send it in both directions of us just sending the intention of peace, and also in the direction of Gaza and in the direction of the Ukraine. We're facing that direction and we're walking in that direction. And so to just be sending our love and intentions and hopes and, care in that direction. But also there's so much magic to it. And even in a less wah-wah way, it just is magical, being in nature this much and people seeing us and seeing how strange and weird we are, and even just the atmosphere of coming from the wild, like we step into a pub and we're these weird beings that
So like, who are these people?
What are you doing? It's archetypal. We've got an archetypal energy, and part of I think the big war, there is the war of power and money, but it is a war of the inner and outer world. And the outer world is very obsessed with physical things like money and power and status, whereas the inner world is where we're all one, and that's where the love and the connection and harmony is. And yeah, how do we nurture that in everybody, whatever class you are or whatever, for us to come through to a place where we're all hanging out with our kith and our kin and feeling loved and connected, and because everyone just wants to be loved at the end of the day. Most people.
Yeah, I think taking this amount of time out of our lives to do something quite physical and demanding, certainly on a personal level, it kind of brings about change, but I think also on a wider societal level, it sort of stirs things about somehow.
What do you reckon about creating peace? How does
Creating
one create peace?
I think one has to. I think very important thing for now is it has to be about finding accommodation with the other. It's not. It can't just be peace on my terms. It has to be. We have to find some way of accepting each other's differences. I think there's a lot of polarization and like this and only this and anything else is unacceptable across all views and communities. And I think something like this, where we are just meeting everyone from the publican to the bus driver to the just whatever, people in the street, the workmen, and the people on the fox hunt or whatever. Yeah, it's just finding an accommodation with all of those people.
What's the norm, isn't it? Because it was just something I just saw a headline that was something to do with your daughters aren't safe, with certain types of people. And I was just like, well, Donald Trump's daughter's not safe with Donald Trump. Like, it doesn't matter about the breeds of people. There are people there are people within every group of people that are nice and that are dastardly, but even within that, everything's nuanced. Everyone is nuanced. There are no black and white rules about anything. And this polarization is always trying to make it simplified and us and them.
And this dangerous, this safe. But actually nothing's safe, and a lot of dangerous things are worthwhile in their own way.
Yeah, it's true.
Was it freedom dies with security?
Oh, God, yeah.
Have you guys had any mystical experiences yet on the trip, would you say?
They're fleeting. I always feel like they stay with me more in the imagination than in the actual moment of them happening. Like seeing a buzzard really close up yesterday and the charm of goldfinches. They're all things to do with nature. And then the moon looking so beautiful, and then waking up by the river. And I could hear some creature, I don't know what it was, but something was outside my tent that
especially
morning.
when you sleep on a mountain.
Sleeping at the stone circle, and it's like fleeting thoughts that I have, and that's what, when I wrote the book, I then puffed up, because they're very fleeting thoughts of like, oh, there's a charm of goldfinches, oh, that's Lee saying hello. But when you then take that and then let that grow, which is the inner and outer world, so the outer world version of things is that's just a brief little thing, and then you let it go and you forget about it because it's not important. Whereas I think in a more indigenous cultural type way and in an inner world type way, that is really important and vital. So that was Lee coming and saying hello, and that's really special to me. It's just like, and then my granddad came and said hello, the robin, and you've been seeing feathers everywhere, the angel feathers, and it's giving that weight, whatever that, and we'll all have our own things that we're sensitive to and things that we're not. Like some people I've met can like feel the shape of the lines and can feel the lines in a certain way. I haven't totally felt the lines yet. I haven't, other than like a relationship I already have with them, but I haven't been like really in the flow of the lines yet. But I feel like that is slightly made harder with the weather being so difficult. And I've also been thinking about that the weather being so tough, to an extent, feels like what's going on in the world, because when we went to COP it was really tough, and then it was less tough in other years, and that felt like us walking to COP was a big thing. And so in a way it being difficult fitted, it fitted. And because it was funny, when we walked that route there was a day that was crazy, like we were literally 45 degrees into the wind, like we could lean into the wind. It was so full on. We felt like we were in the wilderness, like we were so in the middle of nowhere. And then we walked it again a year later, and it was literally a footpath past some houses. But we couldn't see them in the rain.
They weren't houses when we went there. They'd converted them. There were barns. We sheltered in the barn.
We sheltered in the barn,
hiding beside the barn.
But there was an A road just there.
No one
was on the road because it was so dangerous. It was hilarious. So just the mythicalness of that walk seemed to be heightened by the fact that we were walking to COP and it was such a big thing that we're doing. So energetically, we're walking kind of against Trump and the Ministry of War and the Third World War starting and all the things that are happening. We're kind of walking at it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it feels like we're in a wind tunnel.
We're the
against
Ministry
it.
of Peace.
We're the Ministry of Peace, and we're walking through the wind tunnel in the rain, in the face of it, and we're going to take that route.
Doing a reverse hacker.
Yeah, totally.
You have been reading about the Sun and the Serpent recently, haven't you? At Greg's
I
house.
started it, yes.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if there was anything that stood out to you in the book, anything that you could connect to our trip or previous trips before.
Not exactly connect, but I only just started it because we were only there for an evening. But I was really interested in the way that they very scientifically mapped the lines. They didn't just sort of wander off and say this is the place. They dowsed them all in a very, and they went back and tried it and kept getting the same results. And that's kind of think, yeah, there's something in this, because it's not that I didn't believe in them, but I don't feel them myself, the lines. So it's kind of hard for me to know that they're there. But obviously, so many other people believe it and can feel them. But it's not that I disbelieve it, but I can't feel them myself. So I have to rely on other people to do it for me. But when you see somebody who's mapped it so scientifically, you think, oh, maybe I will do then. Maybe I will feel it. I'd like to. I'd love to be able to feel all this stuff and all the mystical stuff, but I just don't.
Yeah, so
I always think I must be mystically dead. There's nothing there.
And you have a sort of ecology background, don't you? Has there been anything through that lens that stood out to you during our walk?
Yeah, fine. Thank you.
I suppose there's this continuing thing I have that so many people, the vast majority, and even farmers, have no real understanding of the natural world and how everything meshes together. And I've always said that farming and ecology should be taught as one subject. It should be about sustainable land management and food production. And there's so many, in the National Trust, that hill we stayed on, shouldn't say that. And they've just bought this great big hill and then just left it to go to Raccoon, and it's just covered in bracken and brambles. It's not productive. It's not good for wildlife. All you really get is bramble, bracken and rabbits. And it's just this sort of complete lack of understanding. And you get also a lot of people from towns who just think you should put trees everywhere, and trees should always be planted everywhere, and that's always a good thing, which it isn't. And that managing land is somehow bad, and it's actually really important to be managed sensitively. And there's this sort of big dichotomy huge split between commercial farming, which is disastrous, and people who just leave land to be completely neglected and say, oh, well, it's wild, it's good, but it's also fairly disastrous, both for ecology and for food production, which is what land should be about. So I suppose, yes, I find that isn't really getting much better, sadly. But then you come across places that really are, they're doing regenerative agriculture or even organic farming, which is nearly as good. And I think there are more of those, so that's good. It just needs to spread out from the centres more. And people need to spread the message more and get it into education, land management education.
If you enjoy this podcast, then please consider supporting me on a crowdfunder, which is Just Giving Pilgrimage for Peace. So if you're able to Google that and support the crowdfunder, it was meant to be to raise money for charity, but we didn't get the Arts Council funding, which means that there's an initial cost for just being able to pay bills and eat and drink and stuff while I'm on the road. But then if we make the target, then anything that we raise over that, then I'm going to be sending to charities. And I've managed to locate 3 small charities which are able to get funds and support through into Gaza, who I'm going to be supporting, can share what they're doing. So yeah, if you're able to help, that would be amazing. And otherwise we're walking through from Kenilworth to the Norfolk coast, and we're going to be performing en route. And I've been posting on my social media the dates and locations. And if you would like us to perform for you, or if you're up for feeding us or letting us stay, then get in touch through social media. And it would be amazing to connect with you and to come and perform. So that's at Kriya Arts, which is KRIYAARTS. And now on with it. What I changed it to?
Can't be James. Maybe it was. Maybe it was the other guy after all. You changed it.
Andy.
Andy, no, wasn't Andy. That's funny. Well, cheers. Well done.
Cheers.
Yeah, I've got to say, you're a lot more cheerful than last time.
Was I?
Yeah, you seem more upbeat, more jolly,
Good.
more
Well,
positive place.
yeah, I was
You were
not
positive last time, but you weren't as upbeat as now.
Oh, that's nice.
Me and Dan.
Yeah, it's good to be in Dan, definitely. Yeah, well, we were both going through quite a
We had a bit of trauma with Tom and his stuff, and
yeah. Well, that was the thing that was like, that's what I said to these guys, and that's why it was really nice to see. Was we both were in quite tricky moments. Like me and my ex-husband were just splitting up, and your stepson had just had a bit of drama.
a lot of drama.
And we got drunk together on scotch at your house till fairly late.
All in the best possible taste. You were a chaperone.
I'm separate. There were other people involved.
Otherwise you have to change my name in the book.
Yeah, we had a John and a Fran with us, who got other names in the book as well. The thing that was really sort of special, pivotal for me was you were the first person I've ever met who was a fox hunter and who was really into fox hunting. And I'm from Brighton, and so there's just something really special about like the thing that pilgrimage taught me, and it's part of the reason why I like living in Sark, and what's been such a big shift for me is I've gone from spending 20 years living somewhere where we're all on the same page to living somewhere where we're not all on the same page. And that pilgrimage was where I first met people from different walks of life who all looked after me, and we're all going through stuff, and it was just like we're all people.
So it changed your whole view on.
Yeah, it was just like, you know, I've never met a fox hunter before, or people that enjoyed the hunt, and I was just like, oh, he was lovely.
Surprise!
He's a nice guy.
Yeah. That's terrible, isn't it? Your prejudice.
I know. Well, that was it. That was my prejudice. You changed my prejudice.
That's fine. What's your view about landlords now?
Well, as a barmaid, as long as you don't have a bad jukebox. I mean, you got good music, so you're all right.
Yeah,
it's the jukebox. The jukebox is always the thing that does my head in as a barmaid.
Well, then you get somebody who gets drunk and puts the same song on.
Sweet Caroline.
I don't know.
Seriously.
Well, my girlfriend's a Caroline. She wasn't very sweet. She had to go.
Yeah, no, skip.
I didn't use the fast forward button. I kept it for a bit.
And so, do you live here now?
But we still live in the place.
You're still in there? Yeah, okay, cool.
But we got the pub, and we did all the rooms up. You can't see those because they're all full tonight.
Oh, well done.
Good for the middle of September for the Crown Inn Land livery.
Yeah, the Crown Inn. It's a banging pub.
Great pub.
We've stayed here all day, getting warm and cosy, and the food's amazing, and everything's amazing.
Oh, it's all good.
It's just such a nice atmosphere. But you know, it's because I saw the artwork on the walls, and I was like, I'm sure this is Tim's artwork. As I went to the loo, and I was like, but it was the hunt pictures, because the only place I'd ever seen that artwork was at your house. And as I was walking out to the loo, I was like, I do recognise him. I think that's him. This is his artwork as well. And I don't remember the pub looking like this.
No, it didn't. It looked quite. There's a wall there. And it was quite cold as well.
Yeah.
The fire wasn't there.
Yeah.
Paintings too.
It's his art.
It's my
Collections
that
things.
guy.
I think these were in your house as well.
Or similar to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my wife probably knows it. She's very good on that. Yeah. So it's all very jolly, really.
Does your wife work here too?
She does the bookkeeping and the paperwork. And as she says, I'm in charge of money coming in, and she's in charge of money going out.
Brilliant. That sounds like a perfect arrangement.
That's the yin yang. So, yeah, no, she's very good. She's fantastic.
And your son's well now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fine. He's
that
mended.
was so good to hear.
He's all good. What else is happening in those?
5 years. Well, it was the pandemic.
You got married.
Yeah, got married again.
Have you got a photograph of him? Oh, you can't.
Yes, well, yeah, I can show you. He's very dashing.
Is he?
He's just very young.
It's very young.
Hang on, I'll show you the wedding. Where is the wedding? Yeah, he was dressed as a wizard. Like, that was our wedding.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool. What school does he go to?
Fairy school. Yeah, he's a very handsome young man.
I'll show you a picture of our wedding if I can find it.
Just going to change the camera battery.
You do that. It'll take me a minute to find pictures. But,
Yeah, his family have been in Sark for 500 years. He's like proper Sarky.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's 24.
Wow.
My ex-husband's 54, just about to turn 50.
That's very funny. So, and when Josh and I got married, we got married in a
Wow, that's gorgeous. Is that hand fasting?
yeah,
Oh,
up on a stone circle on Bodmin Moor.
oh wow. That's where we're walking tomorrow.
Yeah, it's called the Trippet Stones.
It's a beautiful wedding.
Gosh.
I know it's so cool.
You're an old hippie, you know.
Yeah, I am. So those are some of the kids dressed up, and
Oh wow.
and we had it was just all very cool, really.
Oh, that's so lovely.
Wedding.
Yeah.
Yes, beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Thank you. Those are kids.
Oh wow. Oh wow, you're beautiful girls.
So the wife, that's stepdaughters, my two daughters, and then I've had somewhere else as well. That's my godson,
Wow.
and he's now 14, I think. So yeah, it was a very cool do.
Was that fairly recently then?
2017.
Oh wow. Oh look at you, you look so fabulous. That's brilliant.
Stunning.
I'm a tailor by trade.
Yes, that's right, you're a tailor.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So how cool is that?
My best man's a fashion designer, and oh my god, the shopping. We spent a lunch hour running down Bond Street, Regent Street, Oxford Street. He was running in and out of every shop. No, there's nothing here. No.
Who's the guy? Are you Brighton as well? Where are you?
I live in the North Pennines, County Durham.
Oh wow, that's quite way up.
It's quite a way away.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was John who came with me before. He was a Devon Land Ranger.
Yeah.
And then Fran, who's a drama teacher, she lives in Brighton. She's still in Brighton now. Yeah.
I wish she was here.
I know, I was sending the photo. It was like, she's going to be like, oh my God. Yeah, she loved you too.
So, what made you choose a hand fasting for your ceremony?
Because I've been married before. My wife had married before, and we thought, let's do it in a way which after a year and a bit, I don't like it, she can go.
Yeah, after a year and a bit, you can just change your mind.
That's not actually true. We just thought we'd do something different, have a proper party.
Yeah.
So we had, we've got a witch from Totnes who was just hilarious. And thought we'd do that. And then everybody turned up with weddings and stuff on the moor. And it was a proper party.
That's so good.
Would you say that you're pagan, or
Yeah, I think there's more than one god, and there's lots of sort of stuff. So a bit Viking, a bit pagan, a bit whatever, really.
do you know much about the pilgrimage that we're doing and what it means?
No.
I told him that his house was on a ley line.
Yes, it was a ley line. He also said it was like a peace
Pilgrimage for peace, yeah.
It's a bit tricksy to get to certain parts of London at the moment.
Yeah, well, this is and it's tricksy. Like also because the play we're doing is George and the Dragon, which is St George.
Yeah.
So it's the George's Cross, which is obviously being painted everywhere at the moment. And him fighting the Saracen knights.
Well, there's a bit of that, and then you go back to the Knights Templar and all stuff.
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
that's what it is. Yeah, it's all that. It's the Holy Wars and
Yeah.
It's been going on a long time.
It has been a very long time, but it appears they're winning at the moment, which is a bit of a worry.
Yeah.
Like a proper worry.
Yeah. Oh no, it feels like things are about to kick off, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, this is it 13th up in London as a march, but that will just be not put in the press as it should be, and it'll make us. When I say make us, I mean as far right look at us. Look like bad people, and we're not. That's the problem. They get into politics if you want to talk about the new Home Secretary, and that's just appalling. I mean, there are so many issues at the moment. Just on a real basic issue about the NI and the fact that this change in the last sort of national insurance thing is costing my pub, bottom line, 65 grand a year for doing the same jobs, same people. So where do I find that? So that's not too clever either. So obviously Mr. Starmer's not allowed to have a drink here.
And how do you feel that there's like any route through this of us reaching a place of peace, or do you think a fight's inevitable, or what do you
I'd
think?
rather not have a fight, but I think people need sending back to where they're from. It's just an unfair. The example, Warwick is where I'm from, and the Warwick Hilton Hotel has now got a lot of people in there that are migrants. They got security on the thing, which don't even speak English. And then you just wonder why there's sort of antagonism. And they walk up to Warwick, they walk around, I haven't been there for a while, but somebody sent me some pictures. And I'm just pleased I'm here, because here's Cornwall. Cornwall's a very nice place to be at the moment, and so may it continue. But then Stark's a place that people are going to run to later if we're not careful. And you'll be overrun by migrants, but there'll be white ones. It's probably good to say that, isn't it? Probably edit that.
Well, no, but it will be. I mean, this is the thing, is that people are moving left, right, and centre, and it is really tricky, because it's like the people who are being forced to live alongside each other are not the people that have made people move. You know what I mean? So it's like.
But there's talk about people being thrown out of places because they're going to then put the migrants into it. New houses being built up on the east coast, isn't there? That are now not going to go for people that need them that are indigenous. It's going to go for migrants. And that's pretty wrong. Put them in a 300k house with solar paneling and everything else, where there are other people that are probably more important to have them first.
And do you think that's like your key worry here in the UK at the moment? Like that's the main thing that's.
No, nothing really worries me. Just get on with life every day. Every day you should embrace and open the door and get on with it, really. But there is a worry.
Yeah.
And the worry is, I mean, every time I go to London now, last time I went, I had my phone stolen. Time before that, I had my car broken into. And it's the same place I always go to. One of my daughters lives there. She's just moving. The other daughter's moved out of London, and it's a dirty, not very nice place now. And it used to be a treat to go there, and that's changed. Pennines is probably safer as well.
And what do you feel like in terms of finding like love, or I know this is all sort of hippie stuff, but like
everywhere.
Yeah. How do we find a way through with love or peace or sort of hope in all of this?
I think that our values are different to other people's values, and the problem with that is that, like the Sharia law, or whatever you want to call it, have completely different respect for women than we do, and people's like stealing people's property and stuff. It's a different level. Somebody did something recently where they left a computer on a table in a restaurant. And different people, different countries looked at it in different ways. I think in Japan, they left it and left it and left it. Nobody took it. In the UK, somebody else takes it. It takes different. And it's just a sort of social experiment on people's honesty. And here, people leave something, they come back, we put it on a hook, and it's theirs. But that doesn't happen in cities now.
I think it's community, isn't it? I mean, that's the thing that I feel feels resilient generally, is community, is people knowing each other and looking after each other. And that community can be, because I mean, obviously people move around anyway. Like I've moved to Sark, so like I've had to ingratiate myself into the community.
Yeah, that would have been difficult to start with, I presume. They thought, here we go.
Oh yeah, I had to completely put my neck on the line.
Who's that girl hanging around the school? Looking for a husband.
That's literally what they thought. Literally. And then I basically had to like be really, I went through a real political, someone tried to do, or a group of people tried to do a motion of no confidence on the committee that I was on.
Oh dear.
And we won. which was very satisfying.
Yeah.
And after that, they all liked me because they'd seen that I'd nearly had my life destroyed for
Some
them.
communities don't want change at all. Some become so insular they won't expand or improve either.
Yeah.
Which is the other way around.
Yeah. Which we have a little bit of, but actually, I think we are quite open. Mainly because we know we need to do something, because otherwise it's going to die. Yeah, people leave islands, don't they? Yeah, we've got Guernsey pounds.
Yeah.
So it's Guernsey currency. But yeah, I mean, islands, obviously young people are fleeing them, so we need to make sure they're of interest to families and stuff.
So how do you get employment? What do people do?
Tourism.
Just tourism?
Yeah.
I say just tourism, it's really important for us.
Yeah.
So, but then in the winter here,
it's dead.
Because some of the big towns are on the coast or with like second homes. But as a village, we're a good village because we've got lots of locals, and that's important. We get the bell ringers every Monday night.
Because that's another type of immigrant. It's second home owners, like people coming down to Cornwall and just destroying communities through second homes.
Well, they think they can make an income doing Airbnb, which of course then is tourism in a different way, because then the Airbnb people need somewhere to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So like, people sat on table 8 tonight, staying around the corner. They've got no kitchen, so they come to us.
But does that work all year round?
It's not too bad.
Right.
People come in the winter. They do the Saints Way in the winter, and because the ruins, we keep the fire lit, and it's quite sort of
cosy.
Yeah.
We've been cosy.
Really.
Yeah, thank you so much for letting us stay. Really appreciate it.
That's right.
It's our birthright. It's what we're meant to unfold into. It's beautiful. That would have been such a profound shift for you, but you were already doing the work, weren't you? Sort of self-heal. It's amazing sort of going through that. Once, I don't know, does Michael and Maryline pass through a place called Norton sub Hampden? I don't know if it does.
No,
it doesn't. No, but I was driving through there once upon a time, and I suddenly was just driving along a normal road, and I got into that bliss state completely spontaneously, and it was really profound, just that fully awakened, everything is one, the oneness of the unity consciousness. It was just so beautiful, indescribable with actual words. And it just lasted and lasted. And I talked to a really lovely and gifted psychic teacher about it, and she said to me, Alex, you were there walking the land, and you were awakened in that lifetime. You were just remembering the steps you once took.
Oh, wow.
With a group, a merry band, and you went round, and it was the era that I'm really connected with, that sort of the ancient of days, the sense of, we didn't need to write anything down because it was all past, person to person, with stories, song, and round the fire and so on. And it's just remembering who we are through our ancestors' steps. It's just such a beautiful and powerful thing to do. And have you noticed a quality to when you're walking either the Mary or the Michael line, like a feeling or a...
So they're old friends to me, but it's new that these guys have never walked it before. Dill has.
Okay.
So I'm kind of I'm not saying too much about things about it. so it doesn't, because everyone has a different experience, and different people we've walked with have had very different experiences. So.
Yes. That's a bit like walking a labyrinth as well. Each person has their own personal experience and journey. But when you're in a group as well, there's going to be a bit like an oversoul for the group, isn't there? That's
Well,
a
it's also, but yeah, there is a
protective
big
sort of-
difference this time to other times.
Yeah.
I think there's always going to be a different, it is like going for a massage. Every time you go for a massage, it is different. So it feels, there's lots that feels different this time.
Yeah. And it is a remarkable thing, and I think that's possibly what gets people into exploring, walking the land, especially with the ancient sites that we've got everywhere through the UK. We're so lucky, we're so blessed with those sort of, and even just being in a copse of trees, it's like being in a tree temple, isn't it? And you feel like you get that sense, like, yeah, that's my main inspiration, I think, for doing what I do, is just that sense of we've been here before. We're the collective. We're so lucky to be able to retread in their footsteps.
Absolutely.
And connect with the ceremony and the special nature, celebrating nature, like.
It's interesting walking this direction because you start, because when I first did it, I was like, why are we walking this way? It was because of the guidebooks originally. Is the reason why I walked the direction we're walking in, because I was like, it just feels like it should be the other direction. Then I walked the other direction and I wasn't as taken by it as I thought I would be. So I actually quite like the other direction, because when you walk this way, you start in the most wild, wildernessy part of the country and the most magical, which is kind of a nice place to be when things are really hard.
Yes.
Because it's the most difficult bit, but you're in the most beautiful part of the country.
Yes.
Sort of stone circles and standing stones.
Yeah. Although they do rock up kind of quite. There's a lot, because obviously going into Somerset and stuff, there's a lot as well. But then you walk into like the more civilized, historically dense area.
Yes.
And it's like, because you've become more sensitive and you're more sensitive to your natural surroundings, as well as the lines, but you feel the like press of humanity. Like, I felt like when I got to East Anglia, I could hear the clash of like weapons and the scream of babies being born, and like just the cacophony of humanity.
Wow.
Like in East Anglia, it's just so rich with humanity.
Yes.
That it's just interesting walking into it, because also you're coming from this archetypal place and this archetypal energy, and you walk into the civilized world from the archetypal realm, which feels in a way more the right way around than coming from that, going into. But I think they're both different. You come from civilization and go into the archetypal realm if you go the other way.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I hear you. And when we're in landscape such as this, where there's barely a house anywhere, and you get that sense of space and timelessness, you're also walking the Michael and Mary line, so you're going to be in a liminal place most of the time.
Yeah.
And you'll have longer duration of that while you're in this part of the country.
Yeah.
And it's like a ribbon, isn't it, that sort of goes across time and space, and you're sort of walking along on this, surfing this ribbon, and you're hearing that cacophony in East Anglia, because it's coming through, because you've been connected with the energies and the histories of what has gone on.
Yeah, absolutely. Each place has a totally different energy.
Yes.
Like the west of Cornwall feels different to the east, and then it just keeps changing as you move across.
Yes, absolutely. And it's interesting when people realise you live in Cornwall, and what it brings out in them is the magical child archetype. They really remember. They're always
Holidays. Yeah.
And how, when because we live near real holiday fishing villages like Polperro, and a sort of holiday bucket and spade town like Looe, and they're really wonderful places, and you see people walking around, and all their worries have just sort of dropped away, and they are rediscovering the magic of
these isles
Yeah,
in ways that
absolutely.
isn't direct or directly experienced, but it's just profound as well.
Mhm.
And people keep getting pulled back here.